Hey everyone, it is Thursday, and this is the last video I will be uploading for a while because I'm going on vacation, and I will be in Tennessee in a cabin in the middle of the woods with just me and my girlfriend and a couple guns in case those coyotes get too close. But seriously, yeah, I'm going on vacation and I will be hiking and fishing and camping, and not really camping. We have a cabin, but the cabin's pretty small, and but it's cool. It's fun. We do a lot of fun stuff when we're there, and I usually lose about 10 pounds from all the climbing up down mountains and stuff. I got my big Gandalf staff, and you know, I don't have a hat though. Not a Gandalf hat anyway. But it's cool. Tennessee is a beautiful, beautiful place to visit if you guys have never been there. It's, I mean, we're right next to Standing Stone State Park. And it's just amazing, the trees and the woods and the lakes, and there's all kinds of cool stuff there. There's Cumberland Caverns, and those are pretty cool. Going into those caves underground is really neat. Anyways, so here we are. We're in World of Warcraft Vanilla, and you can see that it's almost like it feels like to me. Let's take a look. It's almost like it's more populated. Every time I log into the undead area, it feels like it's more populated than the day before. The first time I created this character and ran around here, I don't remember there being this many people. So it's very crowded on this server. I think people are so excited for Classic, wow, that they're really, a lot of people, you know, when they first said it at BlizzCon where they were going to do World of Warcraft, you know, Classic, this server definitely got a population rise. That people were like, "Oh man, if they're gonna do this, we better go learn how to play." Because there's all those people in WoW and World of Warcraft retail who are like bad mouthing classic WoW, but they're not stupid, right? When a new server comes up, same thing with private servers. When this server came up and the other server, you know, it's dead now. Like, there's Northdale, and then there's Lights Hope, or what the other one. As soon as this one came up, everybody leaves the other server. So same thing in World of Warcraft retail. When these servers launch, so many people that play retail WoW are going to jump right into these servers. I guarantee it, because it's a fresh start. There's nothing more exciting to an MMO player than to have a completely fresh character on a fresh realm with a fresh economy. You know, people are like, "Oh, this is great," you know, because it always begins that race, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I understand why people do it. It's a race for them to say, "I want to get ahead of the curve, and I want to be the first one to level 60, or the first, you know, I want to at least be far enough ahead of everybody else that I can get loot and sell in the auction house and make a lot of money, because there isn't going to be that much of it in the auction house." You know, if I'm level 50, if I'm only like, if I'm in the top 5% at, you know, the highest level, that means all these items I'm putting in the auction house, there's going to be so few. Like 95% of the players, you know, aren't going to have seen those items. So it's interesting. It's fun. You know, people want to make money, and that's one of the ways you can do it, is be the first person to get to these higher levels to get the drops that you can sell in the auction house that no one else has put in the auction house yet. Of course, there's and that's why, you know, talk about gold farmers, man. Gold farmers are just chomping at the bit to get on these vanilla or these classic servers so they can try to make some money. Because that's also a time when all the idiots and the morons and the jackasses who buy gold, because I'm telling you right now, I hate those people, because they're cheaters. They're people who can't win on their own merit. A bunch of punks. Bunch of losers, and they'll buy gold because they can't, you know, because they're too unskilled or don't have the time to actually level their characters the way they're supposed to, and they want to get a leg up, and they'll buy gold, and they'll buy all the best gear they can from the auction house to make their characters more powerful. Pay to win. That's why I hate gold farmers. I hate all that shit. But cheaters, if you cheat, you suck. You can bite me, baby, because I hate cheaters. I don't cheat. I've never cheated in a video game in my life. You know, I do stuff on merit, through skill and hard effort, through blood, sweat, and tears. Anyways, here we are. Let's take a look at the population, right? 9,389 people. I don't know what the population is going to be like on the World of Warcraft Classic servers. That would be neat, because normally when you do /who, it does not the whole world. It does like the zone you're in. So, but it's interesting. This is telling me there aren't that many people in Tirisfal Glades. So this thing seems to be completely, you know, that it doesn't care about that, about you putting like what zone you're in. Like if I click, well, let's see guild, nothing. It doesn't do anything. So They somehow have changed the who list to basically just say who's who. You list all the people in the server, and that would be neat to see them do that in retail. To have an option to just say like, world versus zone, whatever. But look at all these people. Let's see. Now we need to do the Scarlet Crusade. But yeah, I can only play for a little bit. I got to jump on an airplane to fly. We're actually flying this time. Normally we drive. Let's kill a few mobs just to get the juices flowing. I always do this when I first log into WoW. I like to just kill a few mobs and remember how I do my rotations. You know what I mean? Because I haven't played in a day. It feels like. Okay. And let's try doing the wand and then breaking out of it. I'm going to break out, mouse wheel down, and then mouse wheel up. A soul drain. Okay, we're fine. Throw a few dots on this guy. Watch how fast they go down when I fully dot him up. I won't even be able to get all full dots on him. He'll be dead too fast. No, I did. And do I have a health stone? No. Do I? Oh, so it looks like the soul gems, the soul shards actually stay. This is I'm learning. I'm a total Warlock noob. So it looks like the soul shards stay in my inventory even when I log out. You know how some things like conjured food do not. So that's kind of cool. So I can go ahead and create a health stone. And let's just go ahead and put this here. I always like my numpad 4 to be my health potion, and numpad, 5 is my food, and numpad 6 is whatever drink I'm drinking. And then if I have extras, I just throw them to the right over here, and I just click them. It doesn't take. I mean, it's like the only thing I'll click in WoW is just food and maybe buff food and stuff like that. I don't really care about clicking that stuff. It's not a big deal. And I still need. Oh, I still need to kill these guys too. Shit, that's kind of sucks that I have to go all the way here and then turn around and go all the way back. But I still don't have the Gloomweed, which fucking Gloomweed, man. Used to be so easy to complete that quest, and now it's turned into some kind of a bitch. Speaking of numpad things, let's throw up our buff. Didn't I do this quest already? I don't know, maybe we were here earlier for a quest, now we're back for a different one. We literally were over here killing these guys for a quest earlier, and now we're doing it again, so. Look at all these people, holy crap. I actually am hoping, and I've talked about it before on my channel, and I've kind of bitched about it, where I'm just like, with servers, you really don't want the servers to be this busy. You don't want it to be so busy there's just a queue of people, like a line of people waiting for, mobs to spawn just so they can complete quests. So we'll hope that the servers aren't, I think World of Warcraft, when it first came out, I think the max was around 3,500 on a server. And I just buffed that guy. I just debuffed him with the same thing twice. Way to go. But he's dying so fast. I think it was around 3,500. Pretty sure that's pretty accurate. And for a server, and you would never get a server like over maybe 4,000. Maybe later on they might have raised it a little bit after they started to stabilize their servers, but for sure it was never over like maybe 4,000 for a max. And I could be wrong by a little bit, but it's around that area. 3,500 is probably what they were set at originally. And that's what the servers were scaled for. When they created these servers and the quests and the zones, they kind of somehow, I don't know how they play tested or how they figured it out. They did a lot of play tests and probably stress tests. But when the server, shit, did I get him? Yeah, I did. When the server has around 3,500 people in it, it's got enough people that you can do quests, you can do groups, and the zones have people in them. But there's still plenty of quests and still plenty of mobs for you to kill to complete your quests, stuff like that. But when it's like this and there's like 9,800 people, it can be difficult. It really can. But it also forces you to have to group. So what you can do here is we can just invite everybody. Just start inviting everybody. These people here are probably in a group, so. So yeah, As you can see, it's a little tough when there's a lot of people here. And FYI, the music that I'm playing right now is music from the game Lineage 2, which is one of my all-time favorite MMOs. We're never going to get to that guy in time. Alright, I'm just going to stand right here in the front and wait. That's really all I can do. Of course, X means time, time symbol. Time to kill. But yeah, I was able to get 5. Let's go ahead and fix the group window here. You can see that he's over here. We'll just slide over to the side here, and then we'll go ahead and move the quest up a little bit. We've got our buff watch. Enable that. I don't know why there's so many people in the buff watch. That's a little bit strange. Certainly don't have that many people in the group. Alright, we gotta, let's see, so we need the captain. I'm assuming he spawns in here. Here he is, here's the captain, so we're just gonna sit right here and wait for him. Maybe we'll dance a little bit while we wait, and then always put your pet on aggressive. If you're waiting for a respawn, you can put your pet here on aggressive, and we'll move down here. And then my pet will just jump on any mob that spawns right in this little area. That way I don't have to really pay attention. I can just sit here and drink my Coca-Cola. I don't have any. We've got a few scrolls. And we've got our wand for level 15, which we're level 12. We got some rest time. And of course we've got our slumber sand. I try to put things I might want to use in the bag to the furthest left. Where is Mr. Captain? His body disappeared, so he should show up pretty soon. And there he is. The Captain. This captain's about to die. Die, Captain Barry! Boom, baby, boom. Alright, this quest is done. Oh, shit. Let's put our pet back on passive. See what I did there? I just went ahead and did my pet follow thing, and it switched his from aggressive to passive. That's nice. And then since we have our pet macro to attack nearest target, we don't really ever need, like, defense. You know, like a defensive... anything to put him on a defensive stance, because... if someone's chasing me or attacking me and I just want them to attack them, I just shift mouse wheel up and it'll go ahead and attack the nearest mob. So that's a good way to run through. I think I mentioned before, it's a good way to run through the zones. You know, you can just run along, and if someone hits me, I just shift mouse wheel up, like right there, shift mouse wheel up, and see my pet went and attacked the doggy there, or whatever he is, the hound. So it's a good way to run through zones. It gives me a way to have him peel mobs off me as I'm moving through a zone. And for me, pet follow is control middle mouse button click. Like here, I'll send him on this guy. Watch, shift mouse wheel up, and he'll go, and I'll do control middle mouse click, and he'll come back. And if I put him on aggressive, I'm going to do control middle mouse click, he goes to passive. So setting those keybinds up are super, super helpful, and definitely recommend that. And if you watch my videos, every time I do macros, I'll record it. So you'll see me setting up those macros. I kind of this time was a little bit screwy because I did some under general. Like I created some general ones here, like pet attack, pet taunt, stop attack. But then I also have some under my super macro section. And this has macros across all my characters, so that's why there's so many. But like here, I've got pet taunt and attack. I don't even know if I need that one. because I don't think I'm using it. Oh no, I am. Pet Taunt Attack. I am using that one. And, you know, other abilities here. We've got Pet Follow. I don't think I'm using that one either. Maybe clear some of these up. Oh, so I don't need to do that once. The other one was like an aberration. When it was telling me, I guess the Scarlet Monasteries are in multiple locations. So let's turn this quest in. And then let's head towards the next zone, right? Let's head towards the Sepulture. I'm going to skip the Gloomweed quest. I just don't want to deal with it. So, I don't... We can always come back and do it if we want, but for now I'm just going to say screw it. And it didn't get rid of my quest items, so we'll just delete it. Always check, you know, if it does that. You know, if you have quest items. It doesn't... The game sometimes will remove the quest items, and sometimes it won't. Something like Gloomweed's probably... I don't know. It's just sometimes it doesn't. Actually, it has commissioned you to slay Captain... Oh, okay, so there's actually... I thought that was it, but there's another one. Alright, so now we're doing the At the War of the Skull. Here's another one. Jesus. Maybe we'll get some... Maybe we'll get our green item. I don't think we've gotten a single quest reward that's green yet. This music's crazy, isn't it? There you go. Get off of that craziness. I'm a huge fan of Lineage 2 music. The music in Lineage 2 was really good. Not as good as Skyrim, though. But it was good. I don't like this song. Let's go for a swim. I left the group. I stayed in the group just because if the people complete the quest and turn in, they may be heading up to do the next part that I'm doing. So I'll just leave them in the group in case that's the case. You know, if they come up here to do this piece, you know, then I'll help them out. Gojub. His pet's Gojub. Mine is Healthic. These guys are quite a bit lower level than me. I think we're almost done. Yes, baby. Yes, Morpheus. Look at the buff is kind of overlapping my window there. That's a little strange. This music does kind of get you up and going, man. It's a little... I don't listen... Some people listen to music like freaking heavy metal and all kinds of craziness. I don't think that's a good idea, and I'll tell you why. When you play an MMO and you're going to be playing for hours and hours and hours, you're doing quests and quests, and, you know, it can kind of wear you out. And if you have music that's all like crazy, hardcore metal and upbeat, yeah, it's going to kind of get you psyched up and pepped up, but it's also going to wear you out. And if you want to be efficient and you want to be able to level for a very long time and not be too physically and mentally drained, I would recommend music more like what I'm listening to, because it just will keep you at a nice steady like energy level. Nice, and you kind of... I want to go into a trance where I'm just, you know, doing my stuff in a very relaxed pace, you know. And I just feel like heavy metal music or any kind of fast-paced music gets you a little bit psyched up, and you end up burning a little bit more energy, so you can't play quite as long. You're going to get fatigued faster. Now, if you're a young kid, because I'm not a young kid anymore, you may have enough energy that really doesn't make a difference, but just, you know, just a thought. Try it out. If you listen to heavy metal music or something, or thrash metal, or whatever it is you're listening to that's really fast-paced, try putting on something a little bit more calming and see if you can't play longer. I do a lot of mob grinding for leveling, like on my prop paladin, just, you know, AoE leveling, where I'm not really doing hardly any quests. And when I do that, I definitely get into like a trance-like state where I'm just like repeating the same circle, you know, running a circle to kill mobs. And let me take a look, because that doesn't seem like this is turned on. Okay, here we go. The way this quest reads, there's probably another one to do, you know. Let's go ahead and have my pet, you know, grab this guy. And we're just going to fully debuff these guys. Another benefit of the Warlock is that you can do what I just did and pull multiple mobs and easily take them. My pet holds such a good threat. Do-do-do. Doesn't look like any of those guys came over yet. Zoom the camera out all the way. All the way. And if you notice, I can zoom my camera out further than most people. You just have to run the script that enables a max zoom. I don't remember the exact script. I probably have it. Probably have it somewhere. I'll try to pull it up here in a second after this fight. Okay, he's gonna die here in a second. But if you go to super macro, I probably didn't do it on there. If I do something like a script just to change the zoom or something like that, I usually would do it under standard macros. Let's see if it's in here. So I name Fury, Guild Recruitment, Knights of the Faith, no mana, swap. These are just some of these are test macros, reset renew. So yeah, I don't see it, but there is a script you can run that will like set max zoom level, and that enables me to zoom out a little bit further than the standard game. The standard zoom level is not. It's like this. I'll show you. It'll let you zoom out to like that, maybe a little bit more, maybe like this. But mine will go out quite a bit further. Yeah. Why is my pet not attacking? I think he's stuck up there. I really think he's stuck. Come on, pet. I need you to attack. Thank you. There we go. Yeah, that's another thing too. Like in Vanilla WoW. Oh, Captain. No, someone's got him already. In Vanilla WoW, the pathing is not the best, so your pets will get stuck on stuff a lot. So, and the Captain's here. We'll go ahead and get in there and get my pet on aggressive here in a minute after we. Damn it, I missed him. Just go fire inside. Now we can just stay in this room. Let's put our pet on aggressive. Shadow Bolt action here. You did? Alright, now put the pet on aggressive. We'll leave party. We'll invite this guy to our party. And then that way he doesn't miss out on the guy. And let's yeah. Back here. Yeah. Yeah, we don't have to do anything because pet's on aggressive, so we just sit here. And I'll drink my Coca-Cola. But yeah, jump on an airplane here in a couple hours. And that's it. And then I won't be able to record any more videos and I won't be back until the 3rd of next month. And I'm sure I'll be doing a lot of videos when I come back, so I'll probably have an itch, a WoW itch, an MMO itch. I know mine is at Pantheon Plus. If you ever go to pantheonplus.com, I believe it is. Let me check the URL. Pantheon Plus. Yeah, www.pantheon.plus. It's a friend of mine doing content for for Pantheon, the MMO, and he's working on a little video, hype reel, where he's taking videos from me and other people and putting them together and and we're like talking about what classes we're gonna play. Like I did a stupid video of me about a cleric. I'm like, I'm a cleric. Undead run from my, undead run at the sight of me and stuff like that. And I think at the end of the video, I wanted to say like, I am Pantheon or something. It's just like a hype reel to kind of get more people. I mean, there's a lot of the thing about Pantheon is it really focuses on community, and we have to group together to do quests and stuff. So a lot of people are trying to get out, get their faces and names out there so everybody knows who everybody is. And we're building quite a big community for Pantheon already, even before the game. It's not even an alpha yet. And this has happened for MMOs nowadays. These communities get together, they get so excited because everybody's waiting for the next big MMO, and Classic WoW's coming out, and that's going to be, I think, absolutely huge. But really, people can only play that. Now, if people play Classic WoW and there's nothing else out there, they'll keep playing it. And then maybe if it's such a success that Blizzard, if it turns out to be a big success, Blizzard will release a Burning Crusade server. I mean, there's no reason not to, because they just make so much money. They can make a ton of money. And but if another game comes out like Pantheon and it turns out to be very good, like a really good game, a lot of people would leave World of Warcraft to play Pantheon just simply because, and I'm one of them, because we've played World of Warcraft so much. I've played it for 15 years, so it's nice to do something that's, that's new, right? But look, it took me, my pet, and a warrior like 5 seconds to kill a mob, right? That's crazy, isn't it? Here's the guy we need, right? We're gonna fully dot this guy up. Alright. Now we're done. Now, we're done with that, so let's go turn this in. And what we're going to do is we're going to cheat. We're going to cheat, and we're just going to hearth back. Because I'm being lazy. And unpause the video because I gotta eat my breakfast. I'll be right back after I pause the video. I'm still waking up. All right, I'll be back in a bit, guys. All right, I'm back. I didn't eat breakfast yet, but let's go ahead and keep playing for a little bit since this is the last video I can do. Come on, where's the... Oh, God, there's so many people. Here's the innkeeper. I just wanted to clear my inventory. Food, like I said, I've dragged the extra food over to the right here. We did... Where did I get this staff from? I think this was a quest reward. Let's sell this bag. What else we got here? The patch. We really don't need the stringy wolf meat. I don't think I'll be doing cooking. So I'm just going to sell this. Because this server is not going to be up for, once Classic comes up, this server will be going down, so I don't see the point of really doing cooking. Who knows? You never know, but... You know what? Well, it's hard for me not to do cooking. I love cooking, but let's get rid of that other bag. Get rid of that one. Okay, well... we gotta turn the quest in and see what's next. Yeah, I like Lineage 2 music, but nothing beats Skyrim music. It's just the best. Alright. Yeah, now he wants us to go assassinate Captain Warlock and his 2 bodyguards. Okay, now where's this guy at? Okay, I'm not sure. His 2 bodyguards. In northern Tirisfal, past Fowl's Rest. Okay, northern Tirisfal. We're in Tirisfal, and past something's Rest. Okay, well, it's not showing up on the map. Another quest just came available. Oh, it's because I dropped that one. I don't remember where this quest is at. Maybe it's here. I'm guessing maybe this tower. I don't see where Fowl's Rest is. It's not coming up. Where's Fowl's Rest? Fowl's Rest. It's got to be this castle up here. I'm going to start walking that direction, and then I'm going to maybe... I don't know, let's take a look. Yeah, that's where it is. I didn't have the quest tracking turned on. That's where it is. Okay. Shift mouse wheel up. Pet attacks the doggy. Control middle mouse click. Pet comes back to me. Come on, pet. Alright. I'm just going to swim across the water because I'm going to be lazy. Let's take a look at what the quest reward is. Really junk. I mean, so we're still, so it's funny, we're level 12 and we still are not getting any green items for quest rewards, which is a really good thing. I mean, the MMO that I want to create, it's not really an MMO, it's an RPG, but you won't be getting, like, loot, like green loot or magic loot will be extremely rare. Like, you know, I mean, you'll have to do something pretty impressive to get magical items, and that's so that when you do get them, you really appreciate them, you know. I wish more MMOs would do that, you know, make loot a lot more rare, but they're always catering towards, I don't want to say casuals, I don't have a problem with casuals, but they're catering towards people who need instant gratification. We could say millennials, how about that? People that want, like, they feel like they have to be rewarded. Well, there is reward, right? Like, look at my character, look at his gear. If I get some white gloves that are 10 armor, that's a reward. It's better than the ones I have, right? So you have to train the gamers who are playing your game to accept what you're giving them, to make, you know, to learn, to basically learn how the game works. I think what was so good about World of Warcraft Vanilla is they came out with this game when there weren't a ton of MMOs. You know, MMOs weren't a big thing, you know, not in the West. You know, people were playing Lineage 2, you know. They were playing, you know, MMOs in the East, but in the West there really wasn't a whole lot. You know, we had EverQuest. I don't remember when Dark Age of Camelot, what year that came out, but that might have been out in the West. But that was big, of course. But in general, MMOs were still under the radar. They weren't like a big game. They weren't like a type of genre that was, you know, people were heavily playing at that time. So Blizzard came out with a game that had a really nice lore to it because they already had the Warcraft games. And people who played the Warcraft games were just you know, what are they, RTS? I don't know if they were RTS, real-time strategy, or turn-based strategy. I don't think they were really turn-based, were they? I played it was so long ago. But let's go ahead and kill this doggy while I try to climb this mountain. Pet's freaking out. As you can see, once again, the pathing is pretty bizarre. Pet's warping all over the place trying to get around this mountain. I screwed up and didn't follow the path because I was yakking. But they came out with a game that appealed to people because they already had the Warcraft, you know, the Warcraft games. And so they already had, like, some lore and stuff around it. And, of course, plus they came out with, you know, what appeals to people. Dwarves, humans, you know, elves, gnomes, you know. These are, you know, people are familiar with these from Dungeons & Dragons. And I've always felt that if you really want to make an MMO succeed, you really should go back to what most real MMO players are coming from, which is Dungeons & Dragons, you know. That was what really, you know, tabletop games are what were the inspiration for traditional video games that were based on, you know, these tabletop games, fantasy style games, you know. So to me, to have a successful MMO, it doesn't have to be like orcs, you know, elves, rogues, and all that stuff, but it's not a bad place to start. I mean, that's what people are used to. But you certainly should draw a lot from Dungeons & Dragons because there's a lot of pieces there that can really help you. When you think about combat and damage, and people do the number crunching and min-maxing and all that, well, really, I target this bat. Once I start to cast a spell, well, we know how much damage my spell does, right? It says right here, it does 40 shadow damage over 12 seconds. It's just numbers, right? We know that if I were to go up to this bat and hit him with my dagger, it does 1 to 2 damage. Well, the computer has to generate a number from 1 to 2. It's random, right? Might be 1, sometimes it might be 2. When you play Dungeons & Dragons, what happens when you pull out your longsword that does 1 die 8 damage, right? You roll a dice. 1 to 8 is random. it does damage 1 to 8. So a lot of the concepts in Dungeons and Dragons translate to video games in a really nice way because a lot of it's mathematics. You know, THAC0 to hit armor class 0. You know, how much armor do I have? What does it take to hit me? You know, what kind of a roll? So that can be translated to what's the percentage, and then based off the levels of the mobs. You know, if this mob's so much higher level than me, his chance to hit me is going to go up. And you just create a bunch of tables, just a bunch of calculations based on your algorithms. So it translates into a video game very nicely. So that's the easy part. The hard part is to create a game that captures people's imagination, and that's where Blizzard came in and had this lore of these characters in this world, and they were able to accurately translate that into World of Warcraft, and build a nice graphical system. Because at the time, the graphics in WoW were pretty nice. They weren't like amazing. I mean, Lineage 2, in my opinion, it looked looked better than World of Warcraft. But there was more of a cartoony look, which I'll tell you right now, when I first played the game, I didn't like it, because it was the first MMO, and I'd only played a couple before that went with more of kind of a cartoony look. But in the end, it was a good decision, because, you know, it let the game stand the test of time a lot longer. Because whenever you make a game and you try to make it look realistic, the people who play the game, wow, this looks really realistic. It's because they're used to the technology of the time. You know, it's realistic for this time, you know. But then when the computers get better and better and other games start coming out where the graphics look so much better, then that game looks dated. So, who are we supposed to kill? All right, let's put our pet on aggressive, and let's see if we can find this guy. Invite. Oh, we've even got a... I'll just say invite. Okay, we'll put him pet on aggressive, and we'll just wait. Thank you. Cannibalize. So when they came out with World of Warcraft, it had the lore, it had a graphic style that could stand the test of time, and they really hit it on just the questing systems and stuff. Like in EverQuest, the original EverQuest, I only played it once for like a few minutes. The original EverQuest, there weren't a lot of quests, so you ended up just grinding mobs a lot, you know. But WoW was really based on quests and quest hubs and a story, you know, and the story was pretty good. I think the best part about vanilla is the dungeons. If you go into Blackrock Depths, especially LBRS, I think LBRS and UBRS are some of the best MMO dungeons of any MMO. They're really, really good. They're just fun and they're really neat. Going to LBRS and all the, you know, the tunnels and the paths, it's just really nice, you know. Okay, we got this guy killed. Now we just need to kill another guard. I love LBRS, UBRS. Those are my favorite MMO dungeons of any MMO. Come on, mister. My pet won't... He keeps getting stuck up here. No. There we go. Oh man, he really did a number on me. I can't cast anything. Look how long I was unable to cast from that shield bash. That was like 5 seconds. That's a tremendously long time. Spell's not ready yet. Why is this mob even attacking me? Because it's a Scarlet Friar. Alright, we still need to kill the bodyguard. I think the bodyguards were next to him, right? Anyways, yeah, so they were able to come up with an MMO that had a good questing system that really, for Western MMOs, there really wasn't one that had one laid out so well with a good story. And then the dungeons were just the best. I mean, the dungeons in World of Warcraft were just amazing. So, because of all that, the game just took off. And what's fun is Blizzard didn't realize what a hit they had on their hands. They knew what was happening as they were playing it. You know, they were creating the game, and then after work, they would sit there and they'd play the game, and they'd had so much fun, and they'd start bringing in their their spouses and their children to play the game, and then they were loving it and they were getting addicted, so they knew they had something great on their hands because people were getting so addicted to the game and they just kept wanting to play it, you know? That's because it's such a great game. And who's the good? And they came. I think their goal was to hopefully get 100,000 people in the game, you know, on launch. And pretty soon they had a lot more than that. They actually had to stop selling copies of it because their infrastructure, their servers, and everything weren't set up to handle as many people as they were getting. Where is this guard at? It's here somewhere. Is there any? Let's see. No, Neophyte, Vanguard. What time is it? 9:20. Oh shit! I gotta stop this video here in a minute because I need to start getting ready. Let's just complete this quest and then we'll stop the video and then I gotta go get ready for my flight. Oh, I hope you guys have fun while I'm gone and enjoy whatever MMO you guys are playing. But yeah, go to Pantheon Plus, Pantheon.plus, www.pantheon.plus website, and check out the content on Pantheon. Pantheon's gonna, I think Pantheon's gonna turn out to be a really good game. I'm not sure. We'll find out. You know, looks like I got him. Yes, Morpheus. Let's go ahead and loot him. Alright, so I already used my hearth, unfortunately. So I'm just going to. Well, I need to get to the town, so I need to build up. Actually, I'm going to be gone so long it doesn't matter if I log out at an inn or not because I'll build up max strikes time. I think even if I'm not in an inn, so I'm going to be gone 12 days. But I want to turn the quest in. I'll be almost level 13. Yeah. Ooh, look at this guy. Yeah, Vampiric Dusk Bat. Bitch, please. But yeah, when I get back, I'll continue my video for my Warlock. I need to at some point get back to Guild Wars 2 and finish up that video series. I am off when I get back on a Sunday, and I took the following Monday off, so I'll be home all day Monday on, I think it's the 2nd, and I'll probably be doing videos all day long. And when Classic comes out, I'm planning on taking that entire week of work off so that I can play, so that'll be interesting. And also, don't forget, guys, if you do want to play Classic World of Warcraft, I believe August 13th, they will allow people who have an active subscription to log in and create up to 3 characters to kind of get a head start. That's also something that's going on with Pantheon, where what they're doing is if I get the Black Rose Pledge, which is $500, I'm not even kidding, but I've already spent $300. Because what I did is I'd buy one pledge, which was I think $50 or something, and then I kept upgrading it, you know, like buy it, and then maybe a couple months later, I'd upgrade it to the $100 pledge, and I just kept upgrading it. So it didn't feel like I was spending that much money at once because I was doing it over such a long period of time. So right now I'm sitting at $300 pledge, and I want to get the $500 pledge because it gives me the ability to pre-make my character before the server launches. And the reason I want to do that is kind of the same thing that my friend Minus was saying, is that if you're making a character for a game that you feel like you're going to be playing the game a long time, you're going to take a lot of time creating the character because you know it's like, I want this character to look nice. I want it to really be someone I can play a long time. And the leveling in that game is going to be very slow. It's going to be slower than WoW. Well, you know, vanilla WoW. And so you want a character that you really like. You don't have to create them really fast and do a bunch of leveling and spend a week leveling and then realize, oh, I don't like the way he looks. So I usually take a lot of time creating the character. And so it's nice to get the ability to create them ahead of time before the game launches. So, but for some reason I couldn't see any of the pledge packages. It was weird. Even pledge packages that were more expensive than the 500 didn't seem to have that option. Let me go to the website real quick while I'm auto running. If I go to pantheonmmo.com and you just click the pledge, if I go to the champion pledges, there's one called the Black Rose, and it says early character creation prior to launch. So if I do a search for creation, just so I can find the word creation on the page. It doesn't. It only shows up. It actually shows up in the Bloodsworn pledge, which is the $200 pledge, but it doesn't show up in the 250 pledge, the 350 pledge. I think you get everything that's in the previous pledge, in the previous ones, though, don't you? So it's the one thing that these games do is when they have these types of pledges, you know, you're paying all this money. It gets really confusing when they change them. You know, I mean, I don't understand. If I pay $200 for this one pledge and it says, okay, you've got early character creation, but then I move it up to the $300 pledge and it doesn't say under that one you still have early character creation. Well, do I not? I mean, I would think that you should always have. Always look at how much these are worth, and you should always have. Is there any more quests? No, that's it. You should always have what was in the previous pledge. I think if you're creating a pledge system for an MMO, you know, if I have to pledge $50, but then I decide I want to pledge 100, well, the 100 should always include the previous one, and that's the way their pledges were originally, but they have since changed. So now it says early character creation on the Bloodsworn pledge. I know I'm not talking about vanilla WoW, or I'm just kind of on a tangent here. I'm actually going to log off in a second. But when I look through these pledges, it's just weird. And then you go up to the Black Rose pledge, which is $500, has early character creation. So maybe they do that to get more money. You know, that's a thing that it's actually pretty smart if that's what they're doing, because it will entice people to buy this. They'll say, okay, the cheapest pledge you can get that gives you early character creation is the $200 pledge, but then once you move out of that one, you lose it. Then the next one that gives it to you is the 500. You know, it's pretty smart because you're going to get certain people that want certain things in the 250 and the 300 pledge, but they really, really want the early character creation. So if you do that, then and get them to go to the higher pledge level, they're going to have to go all the way up to the 500 to retain that early, you know, character creation prior to launch. So I'm not sure if that's what they're doing. I mean, it's pretty sneaky and smart on their part if that is what they're doing, and they're doing it on purpose to get more money. But you know, whatever. And I don't really have a problem with it because this is kind of a crowd-funded game, you know. You know, I mean, that's how they're funding this game, is by people, you know, buying these pledges. Now, if you go up to the really expensive VIP pledges, it started at $1,000. You know, I don't see. Let's do. Early character creation is on the 200, 500. It's not even in there, so I don't see early character creation in any of the expensive pledges, which makes no sense. You know, why would if I pay $10,000, I sure as hell better be able to create my character ahead of time, but it doesn't say that here. So I can see where people have a lot of questions around these pledge packages. Anyways, that's it, guys, for this video. I'm going to go on vacation. I hope you guys have a good one, and I will see you when I get back. Happy MMO playing.